So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to hand wash dishes. So I got some water in the sink. I got my soap. Here go my soap. I don't know if it's focused, but there go my soap. You need something to clean your dishes with, so I got a sponge right here. I got a little scrubby pad, and I got this neat little scrubby pad where you can hold the dish soap. So you're gonna fill up your sink, fill it up with as hot of water as you can. Blah, blah, blah. Fill it up with water as hot as you can stand it. So. So, you can fill it up however full you want to fill it. I probably got this about 3/4 full. You don't have to use this much water. It's up to you. That's preference. Just make sure that it ain't overflowing and making a mess, because that's something else you're gonna have to clean up when you get done washing dishes. So, all right. So, what I'll start with the silverware. You can start with whatever you want to start with. Me personally, I'll start with the silverware. That's just the way I was taught. So I'm gonna use this little sponge right here. I'm gonna get it wet. And then you can keep your dirty dishes on this side, or you can let them soak in the water. That's your preference. I'll go ahead and put all my silverware and like my cooking utensils. Go ahead and put those in there. If you have any sharp knives, you don't want to put it in the dishwasher. I have to say that, I guess, to protect myself, but me personally, I put them in there because I'm usually pretty careful when I stick my hand in the water. But that's, again, personal preference, but I feel like I need to say, don't put your knives in the soapy water, because you can cut yourself. So I'm gonna look over here to see if I have any silverware, cooking utensils. Make sure you look around your kitchen also. And by this time, you should have told everybody in the house that they need to bring their dirty dishes to the sink. So everybody dirty dishes ought to be at the sink by now. But make sure that that you look around your whole kitchen, get everything need to be washed, because worst thing in the world is when you're done washing dishes, you done cleaned up your sink and everything, and you still got dishes over on the stove or on the table or something like that. So yeah, take this time just to go gather up all your dishes if you haven't done that already. Carmen, you got any more dishes anywhere? Nope. Okay. And we usually use, plastic cups and utensils whenever I have them, and paper plates. But when I just asked, if she had anything, I mean like things like this. So these are my cups from work. So. But you just want to gather up all your dishes. I don't stick these in the water yet. I usually, honestly, I save these kind of cups for last. I don't know why. I just, I don't know. I just save these kind of cups for last. Alright, so now we're gonna get started. I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. Just so y'all can kind of see. Well, I guess I won't zoom y'all in because it don't go any closer than that. So, oh, it's because I'm going the wrong way. God damn it. All right, that might be good enough. We're gonna see. But all right, so I'm gonna start with this spoon, and I'm not gonna go detail by detail on how to wash each individual fork, knife, spoon, or whatever I got in here. But I just want to show you, if you ain't the one that usually do dishes, or I don't know, or I guess that's it. If you ain't the one that usually do dishes, I just kind of want to show you what to look for on certain dishes. Like I don't know if y'all can see this, but this spoon is a little discolored because this is a spoon that I use for like tomato sauce and stuff like that, and they usually will stain like light colored things. And also your Tupperware containers, y'all seen like the tomato sauce on them, all that kind of stuff. So this spoon ain't gonna be 100%. I mean, it's gonna be clean, but it's stained. So that's pretty much the point I'm trying to make. So this is feeling a little greasy. So I'm just making sure that it's not greasy. Okay. And then I still got soap on it. It's clean now, it's not greasy. And I'm gonna come over here on this side. I'll wash my dishes a little backwards because I have my dishwasher that's right here. So, and my garbage disposal's in this sink. So I keep my dirty dishes over here and I rinse over here, but I wash in this sink because my garbage disposal's in here. Alright, so I'm gonna take my faucet, which y'all can't see because I'm zoomed out, but I'm zoomed in, but I'm gonna rinse the spoon over here. Alright, so now that I got it rinsed off and everything, I'll make sure I don't put it in the soap because I don't want to have to rinse it again. So at this point, you could either get you a drying towel and dry it off, or you can put it in the dishwasher. Some people wash their dishes before they put them in the dishwasher. If you want to do it, if that's what you do in your household, you can, you know, but the main part is the hand washing of the dishes in this video. So, or you can, I use my dishwasher as a drying rack, so that's what I usually do. But yeah, I'm gonna use my dishwasher as a drying rack this time too. Even though my dishwasher is full of dishes and I didn't put those up before I started. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these silverware out the way, or these utensils out the way, that way we can move on to the next thing. Alright, so I got all my silverware done. Then next I go to like bowls, cups, little Tupperware containers, mixing bowls, things like that. That's the next step in my dishwashing routine. So like I got this. I got some Tupperware. I'll just go ahead and dunk that in the water. Tupperware. And then I have like these little cups that you can that you put condiments in. In here somewhere. I just stole these from like Chili's or Applebee's, you know, them kind of places. So that's gonna be our secret though, don't tell nobody. Huh? Alright, so what I did, I just rinsed the extra ketchup that was in here, so. So I just clean it out. Try not to splash too much water around like me, so. But make sure as you washing it, like you feeling around for if it's greasy or any kind of film or anything on it, just make sure that you're feeling around for that. And then on Tupperware, like this little lip part right here, you want to make sure that you get all of that. So after you get it all clean, you're gonna feel around just to make sure there's no crumbs or anything in there, any leftover food, anything like that. You just want to make sure that it's completely clean, and then you're gonna rinse it off. Then you're gonna put it wherever you're drawing it. There's a mistake that I make a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and confess to y'all. Whenever I rinse my dishes, sometimes I leave the water on. So y'all don't come for me. I've seen y'all come for other creators about water consumption, so. Actually, just sit that right there for a second. Rinse both of these at the same time, I won't use as much water. So just make sure that's all clean. Make sure I don't feel nothing. Make sure you look at it to make sure the ketchup ain't like stuck up in there. Then you're gonna rinse them off and put them in your drying station. Alright, so we are about, oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot the lid to that big Tupperware thing. So hold that thought. And I also forgot my drying rack. I mean my, I don't know what it's called. A baking rack, I guess. Baking rack, not bacon rack. Rack. But this little thing's what I'm talking about. So with things like this, they're kind of hard to clean because, you know, it don't hold no water, so you can't tell if you're getting it clean or not. But yeah, but so the way this little grid is, like some of them are running this way, the ones on top are running this way, and the ones this way are running like this. So what I do is, when I have it like this, I go in the direction of the little parts or whatever, the little wires. So then I'm on this side, so I'll just go like this. That way I'm making sure I'm cleaning it correctly. And then whenever I rinse it, I hold it at an angle so that some of that water can run down those wires. Dishwasher getting full because I didn't clean it out before I started this. Okay, so now you're about a third, 2/3 done with your dishes. So next is the pots and pans. I start with the lids, and then I always end with the greasiest stuff. So the pan that's in here, I fried chicken in it, so I'm gonna wash that last. I have a pan that I cooked mac and cheese in. I'm gonna wash that before I wash the greasy stuff because I don't want that mac and cheese pot to end up greasy from the other. So I'm gonna start with that. The reason why I'm not starting with the lid to the chicken frying pan is because it's greasy. So I'm gonna do this first, then do that, and then do the pan. So some of this is kind of cooked on. This is where you can use the other side. If you have a sponge like this, you can use the other side. There's also sponges that, you know, are the little scrubby things that just have this. I got these at the dollar store for like, I think they were $3 for $1. They were, I want to say they were in either the cleaning section or the little dollar section. I don't really remember. So I'm gonna wash the whole thing. Some stuff like this. I don't use this pot that often, so it doesn't look that bad. You'll see, if I do more of these kind of videos, you'll see more of my pots and pans are darker right here because they're cooked on more. So, but this is a non-stick pan, so you want to make sure that when you are cleaning it, like with this one doesn't affect scratch, non-scratch, or whatever they're called, and then this one doesn't either. But like the metal ones like this, you might want to be careful on this. I probably wouldn't even use it on this if this was a metal one. So I just make sure that I have everything out of there. I hope I'm holding that right. I can't stand when the water run down my arm. So I just make sure, and then also make sure you check right here. Make sure you get all the food from around there. And this little part right here, this little part can get greasy, so make sure that you wiping that and the handle, because the handle is important. You want the whole thing to be clean, not just the part you cook on. You want the part you touch, all of that to be clean, and you don't want it to feel greasy. So I'm gonna do one last wipe, and then I'm gonna rinse it off. Make sure I get all the soap. Shake it a couple times and then put it up. Alright, so now we're gonna do this. Let's see, what? Do I have anything else? Oh, I have a cooking sheet that I need to wash. And another drying rack. Okay. So, actually, let me do this first. I got a cooking sheet, and this is kind of old. You see a little little spots on it. We made cookies on this, so this thing ain't gonna come out completely clean, but we're gonna do the best we can, and then we just gonna make sure that it's not greasy. So for these tougher spots like this spot right here, I'm gonna use my green side. Scrub, but also I don't want to scrub too hard on this because this is one of those non-stick pans, and like I said, you got to be careful because some of these will scratch it. And I don't know if it's this cookie sheet or another one that I have. Like, it scratches up real easily when I use these, so it could just be because it's cheap, but just be aware that that can happen though. So I'm just gonna, if I'm scrubbing it like this and I see stuff coming off, I'm gonna try my hardest to try to get that off of there. Now, I'm not saying spend all day doing that, but then I'll just flip it over and I get this side. Like this right here, it kind of looked like it was cooked on. I don't know if you could see it if it's close enough, but I see it coming off, so I just go ahead and try to get it off of there. Alright, and then even though you didn't cook on this side, you still want to make sure that you clean that too. Make sure you clean the whole thing. Alright, so then I'm going to take my water, I'm going to rinse it off. Put it on your drying station. Alright, so now finally we are gonna do this greasy lid and this greasy pot or pan. Okay, so this is my lid. It's greasy, like I said, I fried some chicken. What's that say? Make sure you get that little lip right there, because that can be missed. And also make sure, like, this is kind of set into this metal part, so make sure that you running it around the inside too, because I've had it where, like, if it sticks out a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, but if it sticks out a little bit, that food and stuff can get stuck up in there. So I'm gonna do that. Make sure it's not, make sure you feel it, especially with glass. Make sure you feel it just to make sure it's not a greasy film on it. Alright, then you're gonna put that in your drawing section. Last but not least, so I think the worst part about washing dishes is washing a greasy ass pan, pot, anything greasy, because it feels disgusting for one. But if you're washing dishes, you gotta make sure you wash all the dishes, because you don't, like I said earlier, you don't want somebody to come to you later and be like, you didn't wash these dishes and blah blah blah. So gotta do it. So this is a non-stick pan or scratch resistor or whatever they're called, and it's greasy because, like I said, I cooked chicken in it. So what I want to do, put it in the water. I had it soaking also. This was soaking for a little bit just to get some of the grease off of it. So I fill mine first just so, you know, I can be aware of how it feels before and how it's gonna feel after. So that's just something weird that I do. So I start with it in the water, and I just go all around the pan, make sure I'm getting where the bottom and the side meet. And if there's so where the handle is, if there's screws or something right here, you want to make sure that you really getting those little metal screws, but this doesn't have that. So you want to get around the rim. I guess you call that the rim, around the edge. And then this is black on the bottom, so you wouldn't be able to tell if it was, you know, charred up or not, but you want to go ahead and just do all around this. This has a handle on this side too, so I'm gonna set it up here. Like I said, make sure you get this part where the handle and the pan meet. Make sure you get that part right there, because it'll get greasy. And if your mama was anything like my mama, she was checking. And if you clean her dishes and they wasn't clean, she'll take every dish out the cabinet and make you wash it. So here we go on the other side where the handle is. Make sure we get that part right there, because your grease, obviously, you know, your grease can like can splash up there. So I'm gonna give it one last wipe down out of the water, because if it was a really greasy pan, your water's like greasy now, so you don't want to stick this back in there. So then I just want to feel to make sure that I got all the grease out. That's it. Make sure you get all the stuff off of it. Alright, shake it off a little bit. Put it in your drying station. My drying station is full now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a drying towel and just dry this off myself and put it up. So I got my drying towel. I'm trying not to get my towel wet, but just pretty much everywhere where you wash, just make sure you dry that part off too. All of it touched the water, so you want to make sure it's completely dry before you put it up. You don't want that water to sit on your dishes, unless of course they're air drying. But like, if you putting them up, you don't want that water to sit in your cabinets or whatever, or wherever you store your pots and pans. Alright, so now we all done. We have no more dishes in the sink, but I do want to include something that comes along with washing dishes. Not everybody's like this, but I mean, this is part of, if you're washing dishes, this is part of it. This is when you're really finished, when you get done with this part. So of course you're gonna take your stopper out, Let all your water run. Let all your water run out. If you have a garbage disposal like me, go ahead and run your garbage disposal now with some water running. This is probably gonna be loud, so just turn down your volume if you need to. So I'm gonna turn my water on. And I didn't really have anything that just had food or anything in it. So I didn't have much to dispose of, I guess. So rinse out your sink, all the soap. Okay, then what you're gonna do, this is the important part. This is something that people really, like, some people really don't believe that this is part of it. You're gonna wipe down all around your sink. You got water, you got soap up here. I don't know if you can see that. You got soap sitting right here. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit where y'all can see. I know my hands are wet, but you got soap up there. You got this whole, all them dirty dishes was over here on this side. Like, you got to clean that up. Like, you gotta clean up after yourself. So, let me turn this camera a little bit so I can get it a little bit better than what I did. There we go. It's at an angle, but y'all got me. So, you can choose to use a chemical to clean out your sink, or no, you probably should use, if you cleaning your whole kitchen, let me just put it like this, if you cleaning your whole kitchen, I probably just wipe it out for now. And then, you know, when you go through with your cleaning stuff on your cabinets, on your stove or whatever, if you use all the same thing, like I usually clean all that stuff first, I do my sink last on the inside, you know. So anyway, no, you know what, I don't do my sink last. I do my sink first if I've just washed dishes and I'm planning on cleaning the whole place. But I still gotta cook, so I'm not shutting down my kitchen quite yet. So, alright. I guess I'll show you how to clean with chemicals. Alright, so this is what I use. This is what I use in my other video, my mean green. So what you want to do is you want to take like your soap, take everything off your sink. Like my soap, and put it up here. And then I have this towel that I'm gonna use with the chemical. I'm not gonna use a sponge. I just haven't put the sponge down yet, but I'm gonna use this towel to clean with the chemical. But if you got a little, alright, my camera cut off, I guess it overheated. So I just took my little sponge holder thing off. Got my towel. I'm gonna put this sponge over here with this stuff. Alright, so I'm just gonna spray it off. Spray the whole thing. That was a little excessive, but I'm just doing it for y'all. Alright, so you're just gonna wipe it down. And this towel is dry. I didn't wet it. Just because it picks it up better, it picks up the cleaner better. Make sure you get behind your faucet. Make sure you get the handles, the knobs. Make sure you get the actual faucet. Let me move this so y'all can see what I just did. Alright. So, back behind here. Make sure you get all of that. Make sure you get your knobs. Don't turn the water on yourself and get yourself wet like I just did. And then make sure you get your faucet. Alright, then let me move y'all back this way. Uh-oh, is it gonna focus? There you go. Alright, and then this is where we wash the dishes, so then we gonna clean that up too. Alright, so your sink is clean. You are officially done washing dishes. I do want to add that I see some people, they add essential oils and stuff down their drain to keep like their garbage disposal from stinking. Which, I mean, that's a good idea. I don't have essential oils. I don't do that. So I ain't got nothing against them, though. If y'all want to send me some, I'll use them. Focus. Alright, if y'all want to send me some essential oils, let me know. And I'll use them for y'all next time I have a a dishwashing video. If I even do this again, if y'all like it, I'll do another one. Yeah, so if you did like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to see more stuff from me. Leave me some video ideas in the comments. Make sure you go back and watch my clean with me's if you are into that type of thing. It's all good. Make sure you share this video with people that you know that like to clean or like to watch people clean or whatever. Let's see. Oh, and after you get done with this part, you're gonna put everything back on the sink. So every time you make sure when you cleaning up, if you move something that's supposed to be there so that you can clean under it, make sure you put it back where it goes. Like it's common sense, but you know some people don't do that. So that's why I'm making this video so that people know. So if your soap usually belongs up here, make sure you put it back where it was, because you don't want somebody else, whoever you know is usually up here washing dishes and stuff like that. You don't want them to be mad because you know you ain't washing dishes right or you ain't putting stuff back right, and they gotta come back behind you and put the stuff up. So make sure you put your sponge thing back where it was on your sink, your soap, everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I will catch y'all in the next one.